Hey everyone, welcome back to Lammas Creations DIY. My name is Tammy. I am again participating in the Thrift Flip Road Trip, which is hosted by Teresa from Our Green Acres and Trish and Kay from the Crafting Cousins. Their channel links along with the playlist link will be in my description box. Please go and check everybody out. Enjoy the ride! So this is what I'm starting out with. It was all together at one point, but when I picked it up, it all fell apart. But what I'm going to use is I'm going to use the frame that is on the back. I'm going to take this top frame and the picture, put it aside, and we're going to use this part right here. First, we're going to take the hanger off. And then we're going to give the entire thing a good sanding, because I had a bunch of glue and stuff still stuck to it. And I'm just using my little hand sander there. It was pretty old glue, so it came off good. Next, we're going to set the frame back up the way it's supposed to be. And then using some wood glue and some hot glue, we're going to glue the frame all together. Using the combination because I would like this to stick for a very long time. Then, flipping it over, I'm going to take some popsicle sticks and I'm going to cut them down into pieces so that they fit into the corners. And then again, using wood glue and hot glue, I'm going to glue those down, just giving the corners a little bit of extra security. Now that that's all done, we're going to paint the entire frame. No, we're not. We're going to fill in those holes. Taking some wood filler and a popsicle stick, I'm going to fill in those cracks all along the corners there. Some of them were pretty big, so I wanted to fill all that in. Taking my hand sander again, we're going to sand away all that extra wood filler that we don't need. Making sure it's nice and clean before you paint. Now we're going to paint. I'm going to paint the entire thing with Java from Folk Art Home Decor chalk paint. Now, taking the backing of what was in that frame, I'm going to take a piece of poster board, trace it onto the poster board, then using my scissors, we're going to cut it out. Simple and easy. Next, taking this saying that I created on Canva, I forgot what it was called. We're going to tape it into the center of the poster board, slide under some carbon paper. I can speak, I can. And then using a pen, we're going to trace over all the words that we created, and this will transfer the words onto the poster board. If you have nice writing and are able to do this freehand, that's an awesome way of doing it. I wish I could. If you have a Cricut, you can use a Cricut. You can use stickers. You can use anything you want. Now we're moving our paper and the carbon paper, and it's all nice and transferred onto the back. Next, using my paint marker, the wider tip one, I'm going to go over some of the words. And then some of the other words, I just outline them. I'm just following along. Taking this silver marker that I got from Craftspire, I'm going to color in all the words that are just outlined and then put the frame all together. Here's what it looked like before. And here's what it looks like now. And I did add the hanger back onto the back. Next project. Starting out with this little dish and a Christmas cup. The little dish came in a set of 4. There was 2 big and 2 little ones. I don't know what to do with them, so I'm revamping them. I'm going to take them outside and give them 2 nice coats of this trim-clad rust paint in flat white. And here's what it turned out. I didn't do the underside, but that's okay. I do paint the underside, but it hides well. I'm going to paint them with Provincial Blue, I do like half blue and half this other color, which is called Grotto, I think. And here's what they turn out to look like. Next, I'm going to use Gorilla Glue, some super glue, and I use hot glue. Yes, I'm using lots of glue. I really wanted to make sure this sticks. I'm going to add on the super glue. I didn't have much left, so I squeezed out as much as I could. I'm going to add on some of the Gorilla Glue, then the hot glue, and we're going to glue it on top of the plate. Finding this napkin in my stash, I'm going to pull it apart. It was a 2-ply. And then I'm going to cut out 3 or 4 of the ladybugs. Using some Mod Podge, we're going to put a layer of Mod Podge down on the cup. Lay down one of the ladybugs. Smooth it down with our fingers. And then I do another one on the other side of the cup and one on the front of the plate. Then, taking the Mod Podge, we're going to do another layer over top of the napkin ladybugs. But then I also Mod Podge the rest of the cup and the rest of the plate, just to make sure all that paint is nice and secure. It doesn't scratch off or anything. Next, taking some of this decorative moss. I picked this up at Dollarama. I think it was $3, I think is what I see there for the bag. I'm going to take this white stuff and pull it apart the best I can. There were sticks and everything in there. And then we're going to glue it all around the plate. And I just use hot glue for this. Now, using some pansies, I'm going to clip off 3. Add a little hot glue to the stick. Glue them all in behind the cup. Making a cute little arrangement. And then I'm taking some jute rope, slipping it around the handle, tying a little knot, trimming off the end. And when you're done that, this is done. This is what it looked like before. And here it is now. I had it hanging outside. It was hard taking pictures of it because it kept blowing around in circles and circles. So it was like, take a picture and hopefully get it. And I did. Last craft. Starting out with this cute little container. It's got like ducks and grass and stuff on it. It's cute and all, but it's just not my style. Going to take it outside and we're going to give it a nice coat of this trim-clad rust flat white spray paint. And I give 2. And this is what it turned out to be. Nice and white. Covered pretty good. You can still see a little bit of it through. Probably could have used another coat, but we're going to paint it anyways. We're going to paint the entire thing with Chateau from Folk Art Home Decor Chalk Paint. Now, taking this tissue paper that I picked up at Dollar Tree, I'm going to cut off a piece. Using some Mod Podge, we're going to do a nice layer on the top and around the rim. Then we're going to lay the tissue paper on top, smooth it down the best we can on top and along the rim. And then I give it another coat of Mod Podge on top and let it dry. While that's drying, we're going to take the bottom part of this little container. I'm going to cut out one of these rub-on transfers that says "Make It Happen." I'm going to try and place it on the little jar the best I can, as even as I can. Then using a little tool that I have, I'm going to scratch, rub. Peel off the upper layer. And then I use that same piece just to burnish it on a little more. I also put on this little sign that says "The Best Things." And then I also put on these 2 leaves, the 2 little leaves on the right. After that's all done, I give the entire thing a coat of Mod Podge, just to make sure it seals in all those transfers. Now that this part's dry, using a hand sander, I'm just going to, in a downward motion, sand all the extra tissue paper off. And when you're done that, this little jar is complete too. This is what it looks like before, and then you'll see what it looks like after. My idea was for this was to hold my rings. I always tend to take them off and stick them on the windowsill in the kitchen, so now I have somewhere safe for them to be. I would like to thank Teresa, Trish, and Kay for hosting this challenge. I always like going for a ride. You are in Canada, Ontario for this one. I hope everyone has a wonderful Saturday. See you again later. Bye.